In this chapter, I have explained that I have already explained the meaning of the final account. So, wherein I have told you that final account is basically a financial statement which is prepared after the preparation of the trial balance. Financial statement or the final account of a company consists of trading account, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet. And what is trading account? Trading account is the first stage in the process of preparing the final account, and it is basically a financial statement which shows the result of buying and selling of goods and services during an accounting period. And on the basis of trading account of a company, we are in a position to find out the gross profit and losses incurred by the entity during the period of the accounting year. Then we have discussed the format of the trading account. This is how the trading account is actually formed. So we have these items on the credit side and these items on the debit side of the trading account, and totaling the value on the credit side, we determine the gross profit of the firm. If the credit side of the trading account is less than the debit side of the trading account, then in that case there is a gross loss. After that, we have also understood the meaning of the direct expenses. After direct expenses, we have started doing questions based on the trading account. So I think we have completed few questions. I think we have already completed this question number 1. Then in the last class, I think we were talking about the cost of goods sold. Yes, right, Halima?
Yes, we were.
Yeah, okay.
Gross profit and formulas.
Okay, so did I give you any homework to you guys?
No.
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 No homework. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's start with this question today. Just a minute. Okay. So Halima and Steve, I want both of you to try this question. And after this, we will do one more question based on the same concept. Then we will continue with a new topic, which is called the profit and loss account. So everyone, try to solve the question. In this question, we need to find out the value of the closing stock. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Done, Halima.
Sir, calculating.
Why are you taking so long to calculate this? Just a simple question. Steve, done? Do you want me to help? Do you want me to solve this question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Sir, closing stock will be like 1,74,000. I mean, 17,46,000.
17,46,000. Just a minute. No, that is incorrect. That is not correct. Still solving, Halima?
Sir, can you help in that gross profit thing? Maybe there I got error.
We're getting error and the cost in gross profit. Just a minute. Let me calculate this. Just a moment. Please wait for. All right. So in this question, we need to find out the value of the closing stock. We have the value of the opening stock, then purchase during the year is already given. Then sales during the year is also given. Okay, and the rate of gross profit is 40% on sale. Okay, so these are the things given in the question. So let's start with the gross profit. Okay, so gross profit, how much is the gross profit given in the question? Gross profit is 40% on sale. Gross profit is 40% on sale. And what is the value of sale? What is the value given in the question of sales, Halima? Value of sales is 15,60,000, right? Value of sales is 15,60,000. So can you do 40% of the 15,60,000? Can you tell me the value of gross profit, Halima? You got this, no? You are understanding this? You are able to understand this, Halima?
Yes, sir.
You are able. Is my screen visible to you? Is the calculation
Yes, sir.
of gross profit is clear to you?
Yes, sir, I can see your screen.
So the calculation is clear that 40% of sale, gross profit is 40% of sale. That means it is 40% of the 15,60,000. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So the gross profit will be how much? 6,24,000. So this will be the gross profit, 6,24,000. Okay. Now what are we actually required to calculate? We are required to calculate the value of the closing stock. So tell me, how can we find out the value of the closing stock? We have opening stock given in the question, then purchases are given in the question. Also sales are given in the question. Gross profit is already given in the question. So can we apply? Can we also find out the cost of goods sold? Halima, can we find out the cost of goods sold from the given information?
Yes, with sales and gross profit.
Yeah, from the value of the sales, net sales minus
Gross profit.
gross profit, we will get the value of the cost of goods sold. So net sales is 15,60,000 and gross profit is 6,24,000, 62,400. 62,400, or it was 6,24,000. Okay, 6,24,000 it was. Sorry. Okay, but after reducing 6,24,000 from 15,60,000, 15,60,000, the answer will be 9,36,000. So this is our cost of goods sold, 9,36,000. Is that clear?
Sir, there is minus sign.
No problem. Basically, I have reduced 15,60,000 from 6,24,000. Therefore, there is a minus sign.
So minus we should write.
Basically, we need to find out. We need to reduce 6,24,000 from 15,60,000. Na? What I have done, I have reduced 15,60,000 from 6,24,000. Therefore, we are getting the negative sign. Just see, now there will be no negative sign. 15,60,000 minus 6,24,000. This is the value, 9,36,000. Still getting the minus sign? No. All right, Halima, is this clear?
Okay.
Okay, now we have got the value of the cost of goods sold. Now we can apply the formula for the cost of goods sold. Again, cost of goods sold. The other formula of cost of goods sold is, what is the other formula for cost of goods sold?
Opening stock minus closing stock plus purchases plus
Opening
direct
stock
expenses.
plus purchases plus all direct expenses and
Minus closing stock.
minus the closing stock, correct. Minus closing stock. All right. So opening stock is, sorry, cost of goods sold we have already calculated above, 9,36,000. Opening stock is already given in the question. Opening stock is 1,20,000. Purchases are also given in the question, 9,30,000. Okay. Then what about the direct expenses? There is no direct expenses, so we will presume that direct expenses are 0. Then we will reduce the value of the closing stock. So since the value of the closing stock is missing, so we can write down the value of the, instead of value of the closing stock, we can write down closing stock. Closing stock will be the balancing figure after calculating this, solving this equation. So 1,20,000, just a minute. From 9,36,000, we will have to reduce 1,20,000, and we will also reduce 9,30,000. So this will be your answer. 1,14,000 will be the value of the closing stock. Halima, is this clear? Value of the closing stock will be 1,14,000.
Okay.
Any doubts? Is this clear, Halima?
Yes, clear.
Clear, very good. Okay, all right. So Steve, have you noted this down, or you are still writing it? Peer, are you there, Peer? Peer, am I audible? Are you there, Peer? Okay. So Peer, why are you joining so late for the class? All right, guys. So let's move to the next question. This is your next question. Please solve this question. We need to find out the value of the closing stock in this question. We need to find out the value of the closing stock in the question. Yeah, first of all, we need to find out the value of the cost of goods sold in this question. Then what happened to your mic? Why do you always text me? Okay, so your phone got some problem. All right. So guys, in this question, we have gross profit given in the question, that is 30% on cost. We have the information of sales and we have the information of purchases and opening stock. Okay, let's find out the value of the closing stock in this question. So question is same. In this question also, we need to find out the value of the closing stock as in the previous question. So first of all, let's start with the gross profit. Okay, so gross profit is given. How much it is? Gross profit is, just a minute, it was 30% on cost now. So 30% on cost. So because we do not know the value of the cost, let's presume that cost is equal to X. Let the cost of goods sold. Cost basically means cost of goods sold. So the cost of goods sold, let the cost of goods sold equals to X. So now the gross profit will be, how much? Gross profit will be equals to how much? Tell me. So it will be 30% of X, right? 30% of X. Is that correct? We can write it like this, yes or no? 30% of X. And when you will calculate 30% of X, you will get 0.3X. 30% of X will be 0.3X. Is that clear? 30% of X will be how much? 0.3X. Okay. Now moving on to the next formula, that is formula for the cost of goods sold. As you know, the formula for the cost of goods sold is what? Net sales equals to cost of goods sold equals to net sales minus gross profit. Is that clear? This is the formula for calculating cost of goods sold, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So in the place of COGS, we can take, tell me, in place of COGS, what we can write? Tell me, come on. In place of COGS, what we can write? We can write X. Yes or no? We can write X. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Why we can write X? Because we have presumed that the value of cost of goods sold is X. So in the place of COGS, I'm writing X. Now, net sales is already given in the question. Net sales is already given in the question. That is 19,50,000. 19,50,000. So in place of net sale, I can write down 19,50,000. Is that right, Halima?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in place of gross profit, tell me what I can write down.
0.3.
0.33x. 0.3x. Correct. 0.3x. Now take the similar values on the same side. So take the x values of x on the same side. So we can write it as, just correct me if I'm wrong, x plus 0.3x equals to 19,50,000. Can I write it this way? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now adding x plus 0.3x, it will be 1.3x equals to 19,50,000. Is that correct?
Yes.
So this is 1x and adding 0.3x, it will be 1.3x. Now x will be equals to 19,50,000 divided by 1.3. Can I write it this way? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So 1,95,000, sorry, 19,50,000. We will be dividing it by 1.3. So we will get 15 lakh. So 15 lakh is what? 15 lakh is the value of x. And value of x is what?
Cost of goods sold.
Correct. Cost of goods sold. So we have got cost of goods sold. We got cost, but in this question, we are not required to find out the value of cost of goods sold. Instead, we are required to find out the value of the closing stock. Now, would you be able to find out the value of the closing stock? Now, can you find out the value of the closing?
Yes, we can now.
You can calculate it now.
Yes.
So we can apply the formula of the other formula of the cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold equals to opening stock plus purchases plus direct expenses and minus closing stock. So COGS, we have already found COGS 15 lakhs. Then we will add the value of we will take the value of the opening stock. So opening stock in this question is 4,80,000. Plus value of the purchases. Value of the purchases are 13,60,000. Plus expenses. There are no expenses given in the question. So we will presume that expenses are zero. Expenses are zero. And we will be able to find out the value of the closing stock as the balancing figure. All right. So find out the value of the closing stock. Halima.
Sir, it's 3,40,000.
3,40,000. Let me also calculate it. 13,60,000 plus 4,80,000 minus 15 lakh. Yes, I think that is correct. 3,40,000 is the correct answer. You got 3,40,000, Halima?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the answer. Any doubts?
No doubt here.
No doubt. Okay. T, you want me to scroll up or scroll down? Scroll up. Yes. Please write it down. Okay, guys, I'm giving you one more question, a similar one. And I hope this time you can solve this. Just a minute. All right, so I'm giving you this question. Please solve it. In this question, we are required to find out the value of the net sales and the value of the gross profit. Done, Halima?
Sir, gross profit will be 1,22,000.
Gross profit will be 1 lakh. No. Gross profit is 1 lakh. How much you said?
1,22,000.
No. That is not the gross profit. Peer, you got the answer? Tell me, Peer, you got the answer, yes or no? You are still calculating or calculating it, or you are not able to find out? Okay, you are still doing. All right. So guys, I'm allowing you 2 more minutes to solve it. Otherwise, I'll solve it. As usual in this question also, we will start with the gross profit only. So this is a little hint for you. So first of all, we will find out the value of the gross profit. So let's say gross profit is already given in the question. No, gross profit is how much? It is, I think, 25% on sales. 25% on the sales price. Yes. So gross profit is 25% of sales. All right. So this time, let's presume the value of this, because value of sales is not given in the question. We need to find out the value of the sales. So let's presume, let the value of sales equals to X this time. All right. So in that case, gross profit will be how much? Gross profit will be obviously gross profit equals to 25% of X. That means 0.25x. Correct? This is the gross profit. Now, what we are required to find out in this question is net sales and the gross profit. So, all right, let's apply the formula of the cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold will be how much? How cost of goods sold will be calculated? Sorry, cost of goods sold will be calculated by applying this formula. Cost of goods sold equals to net sales minus
Gross profit.
Gross profit. All right. So I think cost of goods sold is already given in the question. Cost of goods sold is 4,50,000 in the question. So 4,50,000, right? And net sales is how much we have presumed? We have presumed that net sales is X. So in the place of net sales, I can write down X. And gross profit is also 0.25 of X. So now on the right side of the equation, we will have 0.75x. All right. And on the left side, we will have 4,50,000. Got it? Now we can obviously find out the value of the X. X equals to 4,50,000 divided by 0.75. Is that correct, everyone? So
Yes.
the value of the sales will be, anyone? Please tell me. Value of the sales will be how much? 4,50,000
6 lakh.
divided by 0.75. It will be 6 lakhs. So value of X equals to 6 lakh. That is value of sales equals to 6 lakh. Okay, but in this question, we are not just required to find out the value of the sales, but we are also required to find out the value of the gross profit. So monetary value of the gross profit will be how much? So gross profit will be, as we have understood earlier, 25% of sales. So 25% of sales, that means 25% of 6 lakhs. So that will be how much? 1,50,000. This is the value of the gross profit.
Yes, sir. 1,50,000.
1,50,000. Is that correct, everyone?
Yes, sir. Same I got.
You got the answer finally. Peer is asking, how do we got 0.75? Peer, it is just a simple calculation. It's just a simple maths. See, let me explain this again. See here, what is written here? X, and here it is minus 0.25. So X basically means there is 1x, and from 1x we have to reduce 0.25x. So if you will reduce 0.25 from 1, how much you will get? You will get 0.75. So therefore, from 1x we are reducing 0.25x. That will be 0.75x. All right. I hope this is clear now. Tell me, Peer, is this clear? Okay. All right. Okay, everyone. So this is all about the calculation of cost of goods sold and the profit and the closing stock. Okay. Now we will move to the next topic, that is our now we will talk about the profit and loss account. So until now we were just talking about the trading account. Now we will talk about the profit and loss account. So as I have already told you that in the final account we have to prepare 3 statements, right? First we need to prepare the trading account, then we need to prepare the profit and loss account, then finally balance sheet. So we have done questions based on the trading account already. Now we will talk about the profit and loss account. So what is profit and loss account? How it is formed? So see guys, profit and loss account basically gives you an idea about the net profit or loss generated by a company. Like the trading account will give you the idea of the gross profit or gross loss generated by the company. Similarly, the profit and loss account will give you the idea whether company have generated net loss or the net profit. Got it? So basically, profit and loss give you the net value of the profit and loss generated. What is net value of the profit and loss? Net value of profit and loss basically means profit or loss after deducting all the expenses. So whatever the profit or loss firm is generating after reducing all the expenses of the entity. So that is known as the net profit or net loss. So through the profit and loss account, we will be able to determine the profit and loss of the company. So while preparing the profit, first of all, profit and loss account is almost, it has a similar structure as the trading account have, correct? So basically in this account also we have 4 columns, particular amount on the left side, and on the right side also we have 2 columns for the particular amount. So right side of the profit and loss account is called credit side, and the left side of the profit and loss account is known as the debit side of the profit and loss account. Sorry. Now, first of all, in this profit and loss account, we write down the gross loss or gross profit. So this value is carry forwarded from the trading account. Getting my point? If let's say we have prepared a trading account and we have got a gross profit. After preparing the trading account, we prepare the profit and loss account. So whatever the gross profit was there in the trading account, we carry forward that gross profit in the profit and loss account as well. If there is gross profit in the trading account, it will be carried forward to the profit and loss account. On which side? On the credit side of the profit and loss account. If there was gross profit in the trading account, it will be carried forward to the profit and loss account. If there is gross profit in the trading account, it will be carried forward to the profit and loss account. On which side? On the debit side, sorry, on the credit side of the profit and loss account. And similarly, if there was gross loss in the trading account, let's say after reducing, basically after reducing the after reducing the factory expenses or the direct expenses, we have got gross losses. So gross loss of trading account is carried forward to the profit and loss account, but it is written on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Is that clear? Halima, am I clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Does it make sense? Whatever I'm explaining you, does it make sense? Are you able to understand? No?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when there is a profit in the, when there is a gross profit in the trading account, we will carry forward it to which account? Profit and loss account. Correct. On which side of the account? On the credit side of the profit and loss account. But if there was gross loss in the trading account, this will be carried forward to the profit and loss account on the debit side. So basically, the first item of the profit and loss account is the gross profit or the gross loss. Okay. Now after that, we basically write down all the indirect expenses on the debit side. All the indirect expenses are recorded in the debit side of the profit and loss account. Just like the trading account, all the expenses were recorded at the debit side. Similarly, in the profit and loss account also, we record all the expenses on the debit side of the profit and loss account. And if there are indirect incomes, then those incomes will be written in the credit column of the trial balance. Sorry, credit column of the profit and loss account. Okay, then after basically adjusting all the values, after writing all the income and expenses in the profit and loss account, at the end of the year, what we will do, we will first of all total the credit side of the profit and loss account, and from the total of the credit side, we will reduce these values showing on the debit side. After reducing these values, there may be profit or there may be loss. If there are profit, then we will be writing it on the debit side of the trial of the profit and loss account. And if there are losses, then we will be writing loss on the credit side of the profit and loss account. And then we will tell you both the sides. Tell me guys, is this clear? This is the, let me explain this again. This is a format of the profit and loss account. In this format, we write down the gross profit and the gross loss. First of all, gross profit is written on the credit side of the profit and loss account, and gross loss is written in the debit side of the profit and loss account. So where did the gross profit and the gross loss will come from? It will be carried forward from the trading account to the profit and loss account. Okay, after writing the value of the gross profit or gross loss, we will also write down all the indirect expenses on the debit side, and we will also write down all the indirect incomes on the credit side. And after adjusting all the values at the end of the year, either there will be net profit or net loss. And if there is a net profit, it will be written on the debit side of the profit and loss account. And if there is a loss, that it will be written on the net, basically credit side of the account, profit and loss account. Tell me everyone, is this clear, all of you?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay, so guys, we won't be doing questions based on the profit and loss account today. We will talk more about the profit and loss account. I will also explain you what are actually indirect expenses and what are direct expenses, what are the items that are actually included in the direct expenses, and what are the items that are counted under the indirect incomes. So for the time being, we won't this will be the end of the discussion now. From this point onward, we will talk in the we will be covering the rest of the part of this chapter in the next session. All right, so all of these things will be covered in the next class. We will talk about the indirect expenses and indirect incomes, office administrative expenses, and everything else. And then we will also learn how do we actually prepare the profit and loss account. All right, everyone, is this clear, all of you? So
Yes, sir, clear.
guys, thank you so much for taking the class. Now we will take a break of 5 minutes. Then we will continue with our economics part. So those of you who are here for your accounts part may leave the session, and everyone else, please wait.
Okay, sir.
Bye.